She had to put a Minn Kota 30-pound thrust Enduro C2 trolling motor on a native Slayer propel kayak line. Whatever you want to put it on, it'll work on any of them. I didn't find much at all on the internet about this subject, and yeah, so I'll piece something together, and hopefully y'all enjoy, and I'll leave some links down below of everything that I used, and like, it was a lot of thought process put into it, but I think it turned out good. And if you could, just please like and subscribe, because we're gonna do some big things this year. Thanks. The lights, but the light in the building went out, but this thing come a little long. It's my mount for my trolling motor, so I'm gonna cut it down with the old pipe cutter, so stay tuned. From right here to the end, had to cut it down 5 inches. This was 5 1/4. Had to cut off a little bit more to make it fit perfect and not too snug. So I got the composite shaft shortened, bracket shortened from native. Only 2 wires you need to use are the black and red, and I'll cap them off, and I'm gonna try to mount my box next. So I got my 1-inch coupling and 3/4 reducer. Wrapped a little bit of tape around the shaft to make this fit snug and glued it. Then got this 3/4 inch aluminum angle iron, and wrong side. I'm gonna bolt it through these little holes right here, and that's where my PWM switch is gonna go. Here's my PWM box. I got a 3/4 by 1/2. Where's it at? There you go. Or 1/2 by 3/4. I'll take the PWM out so I don't mess it up, but I'll drill a hole in the top of this, and we'll slowly work that out to where I can thread this bad boy in. So I got me a little bit of silicone on it, and I'm gonna screw her in. Screw it in pretty easy. I'll just wipe the excess off. There she goes. It should be watertight. This thing right here will be screwed to my bracket, so it ain't gonna be no issues with it pulling apart. I'll wipe that silicone off and she's good. The bolt's kind of tight. I'm gonna waller the hole out a little bit and get it that way. And then, I don't know if you see where I got it marked. I'm gonna file off that so my box fits flush right against this bracket. We got them 2 holes drilled for the power wires to the battery. Got our 2 clamps, our connectors on for the trolling motor. We'll stick these through there. Give it a watertight seal, and get all these shavings cleaned up, and we'll go from there. There's my plug for the flush mount on my kayak. There's everything mounted and wired up inside that box. She's clean, boys. I mean, look at that. I'll spray paint the top, and yeah, there's my spray paint. Oh yeah, she gonna look good. Just use some Krylon Fusion all-in-one matte black. So there's my SAE plug. It goes up into the hatch right here. It's the same light. I got a 30-amp breaker that hooks to my 12 volt, 54 amp an hour lithium battery. You wire one side to the battery and the other side goes out to the auxiliary, which is that one right there. And you don't have power till you close the breaker. I'm no expert at wiring or anything else, but there's my SAE plug for my trolling motor. I don't know if you can see it, but it's hard to do this with one hand. She's plugged in now. I made it the cord kind of short, that way if I had to lift the motor up and kill it quick, I could, and it would unplug itself. Or if something hit the motor and popped it off, it would cut the power. And switch this breaker on. So it's right here. I know I left it off on my other part of the video, but I glued this 90 first, mounted my box, and I added this 90 and piece of 3/4 inch pipe, got it the same height. And then I seen how much I needed in between these, and what I did was cut that, glued it into this one, and then I put glue around the fitting and the pipe. I slid it on and then bolted my box down to where I already had it bolted, and fairly easy setup and easy to do. I swapped out the switch for the PWM because everyone said the other one wasn't waterproof, and I got this off Amazon. It's a waterproof switch. It's got an O-ring on the back, so it's on, off, on switch. It's got 3 little prongs to hook your wires to, like the factory one. Left the factory speed controller in there. I added a USB port. I just wired it to the positive and negative battery wire, and you don't have to use it all the time. There's a little button right here that shows your voltage, which is kind of useless with a lithium battery. Got 2 USB port plugs, which is I'm gonna use to charge my phone or whatever, but you don't have to use them all the time, and this voltmeter is waterproof. And so see, like, you can increase it super slow. I mean, just slow as could be. I mean, you can just make it rip, or you can go to nothing and then click it into neutral, then hit it the other way. And so that's your speed controller. It's your forward and reverse switch. Both of them are off. Like I say, if you want the voltmeter on because you don't have a lithium battery, you can still use that too. But I like it has a switch to turn it on and off. It's a permanent setup. Nothing's gonna move. I got plenty of clearance under here for my prop and everything. I'm just gonna use my rudder to steer. I couldn't find anything about a native kayak online or anything to do with putting a trolling motor on one. Everybody just drops the Minn Kota in and goes from there. There she is. I had to sticker bomb it. But like I say, the lithium battery weighs about 17 pounds, and this whole setup right here is about 3 pounds lighter than my pedal drive. And that Yak Power box that I had in the front with 3 7 amp hour lead batteries in it actually weighed more than that lithium, so we're gonna be all right. I mean, if you have any questions or anything, just leave them in the comments.